right. Let me get our stuff up. Hey, we are live. Guys, it's Adam.
Hey, everybody.
It's Adam with Frolfcenter. Real quick, right off the bat, I want to make something kind of clear here tonight. There are some pretty heavy conversations occurring in the world around us right now. And we decided after a real brief conversation that we are not the platform for those very serious conversations. So we're going to stick to disc golf. Let this be your escape from whatever's going on in your life. And it'll be up online if you don't feel like escaping right now. So anyway, that's our spiel. That's all we're going to do about it. Cody, right here in the middle, joins me. What's up with you, buddy?
Hey, guys. Cody. Huge shout out to Eat Sleep Disc this week. We are sponsored. We have a sponsor. They sent us these sweet T-shirts and hats. Check them out, eatsleepdisc.com. eatsleepdisc.com.
Southern
awesome.
boys.
Yeah, dude. Thanks a lot, Eat Sleep. I am live here in Tennessee, boys. Cheers.
Yeah.
First, I think this is the first A tier of the disc golf app being opened up, I believe. I may be wrong, but, it's one of them, and I'm here for it, and I'm glad to be here on Frolfcenter.
Yeah, you said some big names out there this weekend?
Oh, dude, the field is stacked. I've seen names like Johnny McRae, I think Emerson Keith, Chris Dickerson. There's a handful of others that I'm already forgetting. Dutch Napier's out there. I mean, a bunch of really good disc golfers, and everybody's itching and scratching to get back to that competitive golf,
Tell me
about we all are.
Yeah, we got here in Georgia, Travis Hurt's tournament. This one's the Keep Your Foot Hard on the Pedal, I think. It's part of his Eastbound and Down series, and that's going to be Saturday at JP Mosley. I'm going to be there representing. It's going to be 42 holes in 90% humidity, 92 degrees.
Sweet.
Love it.
Fun.
Dang, 42. That's
it's
fun, dude. Fun stuff.
2 rounds of 21 in the heat, man.
They have a tournament.
Dude, I'm just excited action's kicked back up.
Yeah, they have a tournament coming up here in Durham, Raleigh. At Tar River. It's a beautiful private piece of property. I don't know if there's camping yet. I just looked into it, but it's very soon. So that's where I'll be for my first tournament of the year.
What division you playing?
Sweet, dude.
I don't know. Intermediate.
There you go.
Yo, don't do that.
Chad Buxton, Attaboy Fires. What up, Chad? Good to see you, my man.
What up, Chad?
I think Chad, I don't know, Chad's not going to be at Mosley this weekend, but I think he's going to be at Perkerson in a couple weeks, so that'll be good.
What's going on in Perkerson?
They have the Perkerson Park Open. It's the Mark Godwin tournament on July 5th. Okay. It's the day after 4th of July, yeah. So.
I would like to say that leagues and pools have opened up in my city. So we've got a lot of weekly.
Nice.
Is everything? I don't know if everything's open down there, but we've got the doubles, the singles. They have glow golf here.
Feeling good about it. Hey guys,
I think it's kicking up down here too.
I think it's time to welcome our special guest. He's in the yet to be sponsored digital green room. Everybody, it's Jonathan Jomez from Jomez Pro.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me all right?
Heck yeah. What's up, man?
How's it going? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Loud and clear, buddy. How are you?
What's up, man? How you been?
I've been great. Just here in West Texas, 100-degree days, trying to make it through that. But no, it's all good. Everything's been going well.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. That kind of brings us to the thing. Like you're in West Texas. You're at home because there's not really anything going on right now.
Yeah.
But now you know everything's going to be different when you go back out on the road, which is pretty soon.
Yeah.
I want to know how that affects you guys as opposed to like a pro who's a single entity who can do the pod differently and all that. Like you have a crew. This is going to be unique for you guys, right?
Phase 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's there's probably there's 4 to 5 of us on the road, and only 3 of us. Me, Michael, and Jerry go from here in West Texas. We all live in the same town, and then the other 2 guys are not here with us. So then we have to figure out how are they traveling if they're not going to fly. Are we having to arrange for them to drive? a long ways, or however that looks. So yeah, it's certainly just trying to figure out the logistics of everything and figure out how to make it work for the time being, because we know it's going to kind of keep evolving as we go, and hopefully things like you said, between phase 1 and 2, and then what could be as close to normal as we know, if that ever happens again. But yeah, so that's basically
Yeah,
how we anticipate just taking what we know and being able to adapt to that and make adjustments. And that's really what's gotten us to this point. I mean, we try to be as prepared as we can, but things change, and you just gotta kind of be able to adapt quickly and make the best of the situation. So
What's the scariest part of this for you? Like getting back on, like what's the thing that's gonna be the hardest for you to adhere to, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could say, like, if they want us to, not really be hanging out after the rounds or whatever, when we were always working and stuff. But there's usually like, oh, let's go eat with so and so or get a practice round in with whoever, and sounds like they might be trying to, keep that to like who you're traveling with, who you're staying with. So that could be pretty different to not just be able to call somebody up and say like, hey, let's go meet up wherever, let's go practice whatever, if that's against kind of what they're suggesting. So
Do you think you'll have to do a lot of remote commentary on account of that?
I don't think so. Honestly, I think that Nate and Germ or whoever, might fill in for Nate if he wasn't there, whether it be Yuli or somebody would. But basically, you're staying with us anyways at the events, so that I think that kind of falls in under like who you're staying with. And yeah, I don't think so. I think if we decide that, I mean, if the crew decides, hey, we're trying to get back out there, get back to what we're doing the coverage thing, I think everyone's understanding we're going to do what we can to get everyone together and try to make it as normal as possible, at least for the fans when they're going to be watching it at home. So
yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, speaking of kind of a job, is Jomez a full-time job for you guys?
yeah,
Have you guys picked up any sort of side work with the slowdown or anything?
no, we've been fortunate to be able to. Well, when we came home in March came home early from Waco, we didn't really know what we were gonna do, if that meant like pulling a lot of highlights or stuff in the archives and kind of repurposing it and things like that. But thankfully, we had kind of already had the idea for Jomez. We'd already shot like a pilot episode at the Memorial in Arizona, so we'd already had the idea. We didn't really know what we were going to do with it, but we had the idea, and then it just kind of clicked that like I think we might need to work with this a little bit more than we had originally intended. It was just kind of going to sit for a little bit and see maybe when it got slow to try something, and it ended up working out where we had the pilot, we released that as soon as we got home, and then just went off of the feedback we had there and adapted it into a live show, which we had no intention of ever doing. But we just had our 10th episode, and we've been having a blast. So thankfully, that's really helped us tremendously, is having an original show, a pretty good piece of content every week that people are hungry for. They're always looking for something fresh and new. Then they're open-minded to like the highlights and the when you kind of repurpose something, but they're certainly going to be more hungry for something original. So that's what we've been able to do. We didn't really have any clue what it was going to be, have any real expectations for Jomez, but it couldn't have really worked out any better with the timing, and then what happened here, and then of course just the community backing us throughout the entire time and watching the show and just still continue to support us.
Nice.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, it's been a fun watching it. It's been fun doing this whole live spiel too. I got one more question though. At what point did you guys take Jomez Pro live full time? Not live, but just Jomez Pro. What time did you guys consider like doing it full time job?
Yeah, so that was back in 2017. We were basically coming off of 2016, which went really well, but we knew we couldn't keep doing 10 tournaments or 8 tournaments, whatever it was, a year with full-time jobs. You only get 2 weeks vacation, and that goes by really quickly if you're taking off almost a week for every tournament, because you got to get there early, especially if they're far away, like we had to hop on a plane and go. So yeah, when 2017 rolled around, the Pro Tour and Steve Dodge had hit us up and said, if you guys want to commit to this, I can guarantee you that you'll have work for at least my 10 events, and then maybe we could go from there and branch out to the national tours and other A tiers and things like that. So that really was what kind of pushed us in the direction, because in the years before, the timing wasn't quite right, but also like we didn't really have any guarantee of saying like if we quit our jobs, we'll be able to go to X amount of tournaments, without, because everything was 2 weeks out, a month out. We were kind of making these calls. It just wasn't quite as prepared on either side, on the TD side or the media side. And now, as 2017 rolled in, we tried to make those plans further ahead. And that's where, knowing that we had 10 events in the Pro Tour, and that we could go off of that and do worlds or national tours and things like that through the PDGA, or even just A tiers with with each of the events themselves. So that's really what kind of pushed us out the door. We knew we couldn't keep doing coverage in the capacity that we were doing it and keep our full-time jobs. Something had to give. We didn't really want to push it much more. I knew, me personally, in my job, they were very lenient with me, but they were basically like, once 2017 rolled around, they were like, well, just let you know, you can't really do that again. You can't be taking off more time than you're supposed to, basically. It was a lot of unpaid time, and even though I wasn't getting paid, they still were just like, you just can't take off that much time and still expect to have a job. So I really took full advantage of it. I didn't really want to do that, but that's just how it worked. We would do a tournament, we'd come home, and the feedback would come through and the views would come in, and we get emails, hey, we need you to come to this and this and this. And it was hard for me to say no, because it was just like, I'd never been in a position where I was producing something that was seemingly in such high demand. I'm going from making commercials or just random stuff here locally, or weddings or something, where it's not like as soon as the video comes out, people are like, I want more, and how, you guys need to come to this. It was just a completely different version of what I had been doing in the disc golf industry. So it's hard to say no, and I really wasn't saying no, but it came to a point around that time to have to make a decision, and that's what we ended up doing. And thankfully, here we are now, and it made all the difference. In 2017, without us going full time, I know for a fact we wouldn't be here. We'd either be behind where we are now, or we would have just had to give up disc golf or pull back on disc golf. So thankfully, I had Jerry and Michael by my side, crazy enough to, at the same time, we all three quit our jobs at the same time. We all worked in different places, and they trusted me to say, like, all right, if you really believe in this, like, we're going to do it. We can always come back. Maybe not the same jobs, but, it's like your hometown. You can always go back.
Yeah.
When you're born and raised there, or you've been there a long time. So the risk was pretty low for us to just give it a shot. And if it didn't work, we wouldn't have to wonder, what if. So that was the main thing that drove us, was we didn't want to have any regrets and look back and wonder if we would have committed, what would have happened.
I like how
absolutely, dude. That's awesome.
You keep giving us the perfect segue to the next question. This one, are you aware of the enormous impact you've had on the sport since 2017? And is there anybody coming close to you guys? And are you guys going to be the best for the foreseeable future?
Well, the impact is, I guess I could say it's definitely a mutual thing, or it's a two-way street. The sport is having a tremendous impact on us, and I can say I'm aware just because I know, because we have the best fan base. We have the community, the disc golf community. You guys know all about it. And the players know all about it. The kind of support that comes through, the people that see something that they like, and they like when people kind of put themselves out there and really commit to something, and they definitely reciprocate the love there and show that by watching and buying merchandise, or just letting you know that they like what you're doing and they want to see more of it. So thankfully we have a very vocal fan base that lets us know, and I never get tired of that. I don't take that for granted. We all know that this is such a unique situation for us to be in, to be a media crew that gets to travel all year round, and to have the kind of support that we have, that no matter where we go, people want to come up to us and tell us how much they appreciate what we do. And that really, like I said, that never gets old. I never want to ever get used to that. I don't want to take that for granted, because it's just so unique. There's so many people that I know in the other jobs I've done in the media industry where that's just not even the case. That's just no one's no one's really taking the time to thank the camera guys or the people that are producing the sports, coverage that they enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry I can't remember after the first.
It was are you going to be the best for the foreseeable future, and do you have any tricks up your sleeve?
Well, our team's always working. I mean, we have an incredible team. We have probably 10 or 11 people now that are always working on something. It's crazy, from the coverage to the online merchandise and the website and social media and just all kinds of things. And I'm so proud of the team that we have. Everyone's just seems to have this common mindset that I didn't really have to instill. People just came and gravitated towards what we were doing and wanted to get involved in the people that we have now. Everyone's always really pushing themselves, and in turn the brand as a whole just really keeps pushing. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I love the competition side of it. Whenever you think about guys like Central Coast and Gatekeeper and Parsave and those guys, because without competition, we're not there to push each other. And if you're the only one doing what you're doing, and everyone, yeah, you might feel really good and people are telling you that they love it, but you really don't have any reason to try new things. Or if someone really tries something really cool and then you're like, man, that was really cool, now we have to it's just really we push each other, and we're friends with all these guys. That's what I love about it is we pride ourselves on the level of that we're at, and the type of content that we create. But we also see a lot of other teams out there that are trying really good things, and things that we're like, man, that's crazy. Like we never thought of that, or I don't even know that I would do that. So it's really cool because everyone kind of has their own brand, and overall, we're just here to serve the sport. And that's what's great, is the fans are really pretty supportive of just about everything that comes out there, because everyone's got their own vibe to it, from the commentary or the graphics or little features here and there. So that's what I love about it. I love the other teams out here, and everyone's kind of got their unique spin on the disc golf coverage.
Awesome, man. That kind of, you again segued perfectly. I got to say, first of all, Ace Run Pro too. Give a shout out to our Georgia boys.
Yeah, Ace Run Pro.
And I'll shout them out all day because I love those guys. If somebody, it's almost inevitable at this point, somebody like ESPN is going to get interested somehow, some way, at some point. Do you think there's going to be a backlash among like the hardcore disc golf community saying like, you didn't pay your dues, you're just going to write a check and get in here? Do you think that's how this works? Do you think that's a possibility in the future?
I mean, I'm not going to say it's not possible, but I'm pretty confident in the sport and the tight-knit community that we have in the PDGA and the Pro Tour and the TDs themselves. I just think that if a crew comes in and says, hey, we can do this, and it's just like, it's just find it hard to believe that anytime soon that someone like a Jeremy Rusko or anybody from the PDGA is just going to say like, oh yeah, we'll get you guys. You've never done this before. You came from ball golf. You have really no experience. Yeah, your camera guys might be really, really well trained in that sport, or you might have really good equipment or a really strong signal. But unless like they kind of integrate with the kind of guys like us that have already been doing this and kind of know the sport, it's just find it hard to believe that someone would just call up a crew like that, or that a crew would even see the value right now, because we are still very small compared to a lot of other sports. So yeah, I mean, I can certainly say that the fan base would, the fans would probably have something to say about it, but that's what I love about it, because they are very defensive of what they love, and they defended us plenty of times in the past, and I love that. I love the feeling of just having them behind us no matter what happens, because as long as we keep doing right by them, that's really the most important thing.
Yeah, and I assume that's got to push you guys, because there have been a couple instances where people are like, why hasn't Jomez been considered for this? Or if they were, why didn't we hear about it? And I'm sure getting on Twitter and getting on Facebook and people going, did you forget about Jomez? That's got to feel good for you guys.
Absolutely. Like I said, the kind of support that we have is just second to none. I can't even imagine any other industry that has that type of support behind the media. I mean, I'm a pretty big sports fan, but when it comes to, like, say, the NFL or something, I don't I don't know the names of the camera guys or all the, like I don't follow them on Instagram and all this stuff. I just watch the broadcast because that's just what we're used to. But disc golf is just so unique that people really do, want to connect with the people that are responsible for broadcasting disc golf to their homes, and it's just so unique. I couldn't imagine it really existing anywhere else. So we're certainly very fortunate, and like I said, we don't take it for granted because I know it's something I wouldn't ever find anywhere else.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So what was your first experience with disc golf? Who, what, when, where, why? Who introduced you to disc golf? Where was it? Why'd you go out and play it? What was your first experience with disc golf?
My brother actually introduced me to disc golf. My older brother Chris, he's actually the one that runs all of our merchandise, all our online, handling everything with orders and fulfillment and stuff like that. So yeah, he's the one that I've looked up to my whole life. So basically anytime he wanted to take me doing whatever sports wise, he was, really cool, like the cool older brother that didn't really mind me hanging around too much. So yeah, I think around the time I was probably close to graduating high school, maybe like 05 or something, he had moved from where we are here in West Texas to Austin, like 3 hours away to work at a summer camp out there, and they had disc golf. And at first he wasn't like into it. He thought it was stupid, like so many of us that have played it, or that when we were introduced, you have that, even every day we experience that people have this idea of what disc golf is, and they just think like, what is that? That's stupid. And so that's what that was his first impression. Yeah, that was his first impression, and his buddies got him to play it anyways, and he's pretty athletic, so he naturally was pretty decent at it from the beginning, and then he got hooked. He had it for a couple of discs, and he just kept playing, and thankfully being out near Austin, there's plenty of courses, so he was able to start playing quite a bit more. And so when he came home to visit, he was already pretty into it, and so that's when he said, "Hey, you want to go play, disc golf?" And of course, him being my older brother, I didn't care. It was just like, all right, let's go. And that was it. Basically, the same thing as everybody else. Basically, it takes just one time. Most of us probably didn't need much convincing after the first time we went out and played. And even if we weren't very good at it, just something about throwing discs, seeing a disc fly, and getting a little bit better. Every time you throw it, or every day you go out, you try to get a little bit better. And so, and just going out with your buddies and just having a good time. So yeah, that's how I got into it. But it took a long time for me to go from just like starting out playing to eventually getting into the media side. But I really got into it and started. It took me a few years, but I started playing competitively just as an amateur. I never really got above MA1 or anything, but I still started out, intermediate, and started playing a lot of tournaments around Texas, and ended up started traveling a little bit more, and took a couple out of state trips to Pro Worlds in 2012. I mean, Pro Worlds, Am Worlds in 2012, which happened to be also Pro Worlds, combined worlds, but then Am Worlds in 2013. Right. So it took me a while, but yeah, that was I was just really into playing, and then I guess at some point I just thought, like, I'm not really getting much better. If I want to really stick around disc golf and keep taking off work and stuff, I think I might need to figure out another way to fit in.
That's awesome, man.
So, Jomez, who do you think works harder during a round, physically and or mentally? You guys or the pros?
Man, that's tough. I would say physically it would be us, because we're carrying around pretty heavy gear. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to I think most of them would agree with that. I mean, they got caddies, and even if they don't, bags aren't really quite that heavy compared to hauling around cameras and stuff. And then we're also running around trying to get in position. When they have to throw a shot, they get to kind of keep walking down fairway, whereas we got to kind of move across fairways and get in position to baskets. And I guess it just depends on the round for the pros, whether it was mentally, tough or not. Guys like Paul don't really have any mental stress. Yeah. Like even if they're having bad times, I just never see guys like him really break or have have times that are that tough where you feel like, man, they're having a really hard time. Versus, there's plenty of players. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's plenty of players that can get pretty frazzled. But then you look at guys like him, they're just, if they are having a tough time, you certainly can't see it on the outside. But yeah, mentally for us, I mean, we love what we do. The more we do it, the better I feel like we get at it. We know where to stand. We know we'll know the courses the more we visit them, and kind of how to film in a wooded course versus how to film, like say at the Memorial, kind of out there in the open. So I'd like to think that mentally we just kind of adjust as the shots go, but we know what to do. So I wouldn't say it's like really taxing on us mentally. More
Until
probably
like
physically.
2 a.m. the night before, right?
Well, of course, yeah. After that, when you're editing, that's where the mental strain can come in, because you're staying up late and you might have problems, or you just you want to make sure there's no mistakes and stuff like that. So yeah, I can definitely say that the strain mentally is pretty intense. So
That's awesome.
Great
So, well, yeah, and also I'm a guy who's done some video editing, and I can tell you that rendering is the worst word I've ever heard. Like, rendering's the worst. I hate it.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
So, like, now we got Brody Smith. Now we've got Amir Garrett just put up the video on Instagram. You've got Andrew Zimmer, and you've got all these pseudo celebrities and athletes kind of playing. Like, first of all, I think there needs to be a charity pro-am 100%. We need to get like disc golf pros and other sports pros, put them together, send them out. If you were going to play with a celebrity that's out there and you're going to take them on your back, take them out to a disc golf course and try to win something, who would be your celebrity?
Jeez. So like I have to hope that they would just be naturally good at it. Is that what you're saying?
No, I guess you
just hanging out with them.
You could go either way. You could say like,
They could distract the other players.
Yeah. Jeez. That's a tough question. Man, there's so many there's so many options. I'm trying to think. I'd probably be like a comedian or something. I think I've asked people this, but I don't think I've ever been asked it. Jeez. I'm a huge fan of The Office. I would probably take Steve Carell out there to see what he could do. He's a little older, so maybe physically he might not be like super good, but I think I'd just like to hang out with that guy.
Dude, if he said parkour during the round, everybody would just laugh. They wouldn't even be able to throw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't expect him to just be like the super funny guy all the time, but I just think he seems like such a genuine guy that it would just be like cool to just hang out and see. There's you ask me tomorrow, I'd probably say something different, but I just at the top of my head I can think as big a fan I am is of that show and some of his other work. I think it'd be cool to take someone like that.
awesome.
Dude, I love Steve Carell. I love Steve Carell. He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
All right. All right, here you go. Is there a pro that is more difficult to film than others? And is there anybody and who is your least favorite to film?
No, I could say more difficult is certainly guys like Simon, because they want to do different stuff, but I don't mind it one bit because it's the entertainment value that comes along with it. It's like we love it. I love to be able to, like, the more we film him,
your foot.
Yeah, the more we film him, the more we can be prepared to capture stuff, because there's been plenty of times he's thrown shots for different camera crews, us and others, that we didn't quite capture it because it was just so ridiculous. And the more we do it, the more we're like, okay, like, and we're such good friends with all those guys, especially like Simon, that I could be like, hey, what is your play here? Like, I can ask him before that, and they don't mind, because they know that, like, if we want to properly capture it, we kind of have to know if you're going to do something ridiculous. So, yeah, I would say guys like Simon. Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's always been Simon. I feel like
What you got, Cody?
Even back in the day, whenever
all right, well, happened? We're back to the Scott Stokely style stuff. Here we go. There you go. You're back.
Jonathan?
Okay, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. I never felt like I lost you. That's weird.
No, all three of us were fine.
No, I can hear you.
Oh.
I think we're losing Adam.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's the one that's freezing up.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, and so, like I said, it's always been Simon. I feel like even before he was doing crazy stuff when we first started, he he would always just play so fast. He wouldn't take his time on anything, on setting up a putt or setting up a drive or a upshot. And it was so frustrating because you'd miss shots because he just like would throw before like you were ready. But nowadays these guys are very like aware of the media and that they need to play at a certain pace. We don't ever want to slow them down or anything, but they're still aware of like if something happened and they need to take 5 more seconds. It's something simple as that. So, and
Right.
yeah, I'm not gonna answer the worst pro. I'm not doing. Sorry, I'm not doing that. But I'll give you the more difficult one. I'll answer half the question.
We got to try.
No, I love it.
Out of all the pros, who do you see yourself the most like? You can either go with like playing style or personality. Who do you see yourself the most like?
Man, golly, I have no idea. I was gonna say, I don't know why, but I would say something like Barsby. I feel like there's been times where I've seen some similarities. I know my form is awful, but there's times where I can kind of see some similarities there in the game, and he's just such a cool guy. I'm not even comparing myself to him like personality-wise. He's on just another level that I feel like I'm not comparing myself that way. But I don't know. There's ways how easygoing he is and stuff, and sometimes his playing style and his putting style and stuff. Sometimes I feel like I kind of, inadvertently kind of emulated some of the ways that he the playing style there. So.
Nice. Yeah, I'd say.
I love Greg.
Yeah, Greg's awesome. I throw a lot of Roadrunners, but I think if I was going to do that, I'd pick Jen Allen just because I want to look like I'm falling out of my shoes every time I throw.
Yeah,
I love
just throwing so hard. Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Yeah. Hey, that's how Conrad is too, though, man. The guy overruns every tee pad he's ever seen. It's incredible.
I feel like he goes through a pair of shoes a weekend, just like scraping across a tee pad. So let's say
how many times around does he ask you to back up?
Honestly, yeah, he's probably the one that does it more than anybody. I mean, rarely does any other player need that big of a run up unless it's like Simon about to rip like a 360 or something weird. But no, yeah, he's obviously very like cool about it all the time. It's never like a bother, but he was always like, hey, can you guys back up? Especially if it's like us and the live crew or something, and there's more people and it's a kind of a crowded tee pad. We'll have to make an adjustment. But I love that guy. He's so cool, man. He's so chill.
That's awesome. So in the future, Jomez, you're getting back on the road. You got like a half year to do some stuff now. Let's say somebody handed you $10,000 and said you had to spend it on Jomez Pro. Where does the next $10,000 free dollars for Jomez Pro go? Is it equipment? Is it vehicles? What are you gonna do?
I could see. Well, sadly, $10,000, especially with equipment, isn't going to go very far. But no,
let's make it 50. Let's make it 50 grand.
Okay. Well, I could see definitely investing in a couple of different things, equipment-wise, whether it be computers, and we could always make computers faster, and that ends up, like you said, rendering can be a nightmare. So the cool thing about computers is usually like the more you put into them, the better the performance you can get out of them. There's still quite a high ceiling depending on how much money you want to put into them. So yeah, we could definitely see that. And I would honestly just want to be able to support the crew better. Like I would love to, but everyone on the crew is down for whatever. I mean, we're all still doing this pretty much like a passion project. We are doing it full time. We are being able to support ourselves full time, but I would love it to, some of these players, and they obviously deserve everything they get, but some of the players are doing so well. And I know for a media crew, people think that we're like so well off because of all the support we have and stuff, but what we do costs so much. And I would love to be able to put more into the crew, to be able to give the crew, like, just pay them better. That's just straight up, just like, I think we can get by with the equipment the way we have it. And I would just love for everyone just to be able to be compensated better, just to say like, hey, this is a legitimate thing. Like it already is, but I mean, money certainly doesn't hurt to pay your guys and to take care of them, to say like, I mean, I really do appreciate, like what they do, and to be able to turn it into that, I think would make me feel like we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I think you answered this earlier, but somebody was asking how many guys are in the crew. You said it's 10 to 11 folks right now, something like that.
Yeah, it can kind of like fluctuate if we pick up like a contract guy or freelance or something, or we hire a designer. But really, like solid crew members, I would say at least 10 that are that are guys and girls. My fiance Christina is the one girl in the crew, but that are always working on something, whether it's helping with a video that we're working on that kind of requires a few more people, or like I said, the website, or designing stuff, or running the entire merchandise side of things. And I mean, there's just a lot to do. And Juan over there, you might know him, is over Stable Studios, and he's come in and just been so instrumental, like turn the social media game like upside down with what I had going at maybe 15,000 followers, and we're about to hit like 75,000, and that's like so largely attributed to him when he came in the span of a couple of years, or maybe longer now. I can't even remember, but it's just people compliment on our social media presence all the time, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm there for some of that, and I'm aware of basically all of it, but he's just the one that just goes crazy with it, and he has that certain style that people seem to like, with his interaction with commenters, or just the design and the aesthetic of everything. It's just like I said, there's just so many people that it takes to make Jomez pro, and I'm so proud of it. I certainly couldn't do it without them, and I think it's cool that just over time we've been able to add more and more people and make the team bigger and bigger, and because of it, what we've been able to provide to the sport is just getting even better every time we keep going. So.
Oh yeah, man. Just want to throw this out there. If anybody that's watching is not a Patreon supporter, you need to be one. That definitely helps, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I know
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much. And on that, we definitely like to provide plenty of benefits to our patrons. We have discount codes that we send out every week, and
I enjoy it.
just today, maybe it was yesterday. I guess it was yesterday. The Throw Canada documentary, the full 30-minute documentary, was out on our Patreon. It's also on Central Coast, and Simon and Paige Pierce and Nate Perkins and a couple others. So we certainly encourage you to check out ours or any of those patrons, because a lot of us are very appreciative of the support that we get from that, because we couldn't do, basically, especially now with things being as slow as they are. I know us at Jomez Pro, I say it every week on Showmez, but there's no way we'd be able to keep doing what we're doing with Showmez. I know it's a live show, but we put so much into it, and so many people were working on it, and that does take money, and there's money coming in from nothing else but the support we get from the fans, and I'm really proud of that. Like you kind of said earlier, you don't have a sponsor for the green room and stuff like that. Like we don't have a sponsor for Showmez at all for any aspect of it. So I'm really proud of it just being sponsored by
don't
the
be
fans.
fooled. We bullied those guys into sponsoring us. Don't be fooled by what happened to us. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we appreciate the support we get, but we also like to give those benefits to those people, because we know that it's just as easy to go and watch everything for free on YouTube and not really feel like you need to do anything more than that. And that's fine, because there's ways that still kind of turns into money in a roundabout way with AdSense and stuff. It's kind of a lot slower, but to have the people that are like, you know what, I can afford $5 or $10 a month, I'm going to do this, and that just means so much, because they could be buying anything else. They could be buying more discs or whatever they're into, or just saving it for whatever they got going on in their lives. But to see so many people that see the value in what we're doing and feel like they want to get involved, it's incredible to see that kind of support. And it just really makes me all the more proud to be doing what we're doing, because that whole community backing us is just, I know I keep saying it, but it's just so unique, and it's so like nothing I've ever seen before.
Oh yeah. So just a fun more question, since we're talking about the crew. Who's the best disc golfer amongst the crew?
I would have to say Jerry. Jerry is, my brother's really good too, but I think Jerry, like, probably rating wise, and just like if it was head to head, there might be some back and forth from one round to the next or something. But I think ultimately, if it was like a tournament, Jerry would take it. We used to be pretty evenly matched, but the dude is just so committed. Whenever we're out on the road, he likes to try to really find time to get more rounds than I do. The longer I do this, it seems like it's like I'm always running something or trying to figure some stuff out. So I don't really mind, that I kind of stay busy with that. But Jerry's definitely been able to focus on the game side of it more, which I'm really happy he has, because I always tell him he's going to be the first 1,000 rated like full-time cameraman, because he's really close. I'm pretty sure he's in the 980s at this point. I mean, it's somewhere in there for sure. Like I think it's really cool.
Nice.
He's got 100 on me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I always say Jerry.
Would you like to answer some questions from the fans?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
One.
What's that?
Start with the Watson question.
Oh, Watson. Oh boy, that's always. I hate it when someone says start with the Watson question, because I feel like we're setting them up. But if there were any other sport that you could cover, what would it be and why?
Oh, geez. Man, that'd be tough to just like start fresh on a completely different sport. I mean, even if it was golf, it would be so different, and I wouldn't really want to get into something. It would have to be something small, like something small that isn't. Yeah, I mean, even if it was something like spike ball, like that could be fun. I could see it being something like that, but some of those most of those sports already have a lot going for them, and I feel like at this point, like if I was going to go to another sport, I think I would just have to I'd want to go start over again. Like, there's probably not really many sports that are just like disc golf was in 2012 when I got started, but there could be something that's pretty low key that I feel like we could really provide some value to.
Let's grow the foot golf.
Yeah, there you go. I've never played, but that does look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, this kid over here is what were you? Orlando City? You're on the roster?
Yeah. I played a little free. Oh yeah, there we go. Thanks. Played a little soccer time, but yeah, I've never played foot golf either. But it looks fun.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it probably have to be something kind of small time like that. Just like I said, there's just something about these smaller sports that have like these really passionate fans. I know every sport does, but when you get this broader audience, like the major sports, that I think it kind of gets lost. So I think it's just when you feel like you're really providing a lot more value to something like that, to a sport that would appreciate, high definition cameras or slow motion or just good graphics and stuff like that. They don't really have access to stuff like that. I think that's really what, it just kind of makes you feel like your work is maybe going a little bit further than it would if you were just another guy on a crew of like a NFL broadcast or something. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, because those guys do a great job too. But I don't know, something about just the way we've already built what we have. I think it'd be cool to, like, if I did move, it'd be something like that.
Would you mind telling us how long the first follow flight took you to?
Oh, that's all Michael. That's why they call him Follow Flight Mike. That's Michael Fouché. I do not know how to do a follow flight. I've seen him do it 100 times, but if you said like, hey, like if Michael was like, I need you to show me how to do this again or whatever, like nope. That's all him. He's the master of it. We've got another guy, Kevin, that taught himself follow flight and then used it as like a demo reel when he came to see if he could work with us. And I was like, well, that's pretty awesome. You basically just taught yourself how to do it. Like, that's what I'm looking for, stuff like that, where people are looking to like, try things out for themselves and experiment and figure stuff out. And so, yeah, there's 2 guys on our crew that do it now. But yeah, I don't know how to do it. I know that when Michael started to develop it, it probably could have taken him an hour and a half just for one. And now him and Kevin are down to like, they can do it like 15 minutes for a single one. So it's pretty incredible. They're very, very quick at what they're doing. Like, I mean, everybody just tries to get better at what they do and get more efficient. And I love it. So,
wow.
We got Scott Livingston wants to know, when do we get Bass and Birdies Volume 2?
Oh man, dude, I would love to wrap up the second one. I'm not gonna lie, we have gone out more than once to try to film another episode, and like the crazy thing and the thing, I follow a decent amount of fishing guys on YouTube, and I just cannot imagine doing that for my career. Like to be my main source of income, that I need to go out and go fishing, because fishing is great. I love fishing, but I feel like if I had the pressure of like, I have to have a good day today because I haven't had a video in a week or 2 weeks, and I need to get another good video, or it's, I'm not going to make any money, or my sponsors aren't going to be happy, or whatever it is. And now I know, like, I have even more appreciation for what we do than I did before we started trying to film fishing videos, because I know that when we go out there, regardless of who wins, as long as we're as prepared as we can be, we're going to get a video out of it. You know, regardless of who wins, it's gonna be like, we're gonna get our job done. And with that, like you don't know if you're gonna catch fish. You don't know if like your cameras, your GoPro is gonna mess up or whatever. And like that's the hard part is it's fishing and disc golf, and it's a really fun concept. But man, the fishing side, like
There's a lot of
we
water.
catch yeah, we catch fish, you know, when we go out just about every time. But sometimes you're just like, man, if it's just like a bunch of little fish or it's real slow, like that's boring. I feel like the next
Yeah.
Bass and Birdies needs to be pretty freaking good because we had such a good response from the first one that like it needs to be pretty good. But we've got some ideas that if for some reason we don't get one out before we hit the road again, we've got some ideas to try it while we're on the road and maybe loop in some pros and stuff because there's quite a few pros that love fishing.
I was going to here's a free idea. You go to Pensacola, you get the Oakleys, you get a boat, and you go out and just reel in the big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that really opens up opportunities like that because everywhere we go, we take our poles. I have like, you know, some inflatable kayaks that we take. Me and Jerry usually try to make time for fishing everywhere we go. So, yeah, I think we could keep it going. But here at home, it's been kind of tough. We've been pretty busy, but we did try to go a couple times. And while we did get some good footage, we just thought like, I feel like it could be better. I think we're just being really hard on ourselves. I think people would still enjoy it regardless, but we watch a lot of fishing videos and I know what like a good fishing video is and I know what like a pretty slow, like just like you phoned it in kind of a video would be. And I don't want that to happen. I want, if it's going to be another one, I want to make sure like we're proud of it. And like, it's good on the fishing side and the disc golf side. Cause yeah, you go.
Oh man, Felix from Ace Run Pro wanted to come in and just throw a little praise your way. Said you guys were a big inspiration to us and why we started doing post-production coverage. So
what's up, Felix? I appreciate it. Yeah, I enjoyed talking to those guys at IDGC last year. We got to talk to them a little bit, so really appreciate that. It's nice to hear that we could help inspire some people and to obviously do what we can to help people do what we do in this industry, because people always ask me about all these other crews come in and I'm like, well, there's always going to be something to film. The players are only getting better. So second card, third cards, these are all just getting more and more stacked, you know, where you're going to want to catch more than just lead and chase. You know, same thing with the women's side. It's definitely, there's plenty of work for all of us. I could say that, like, as long as we can hopefully all keep, you know, hustling and getting that support from the fans or the other sponsors, like I think it'd be nice to have enough support to keep all these crews out here.
That's awesome. Similar vein. Tyler Snipes here wants to say we are in the presence of a legend, folks. A legend now, a legend in the making, a legend in the flesh. Yeah, we love you down here.
Thanks so much, Tyler.
We love you down here. Scott Livingston wants to know who's creating the Jomez stamps. I'm not sure if he means the logos or the actual hot stamps.
Yeah. So one, like the current logo, like the kind of Jomez Pro, like the stacked kind of logo, that was designed by Juan. Yeah, it's kind of a team effort. We've got Christina, like I said, my fiance. She did the Slomez stamp. She did the Follow Flight stamp. We've got that new Texas design that we just came out with. That was one that we hired out. Like sometimes we hire out graphic designers, you know, like freelance guys. And that was actually Aaron from Thought Space Athletics. And he's the guy that's working with the Pro Tour, you know, kind of merchandise stuff right now. So yeah, every now and then we kind of hire out if we see somebody on Instagram or somewhere on social media that has like really talented and they happen to love disc golf, and they'll reach out to us or we'll reach out to them and try to get a cool new design going. And then of course we have a very talented team in-house as well, like 2 or 3 people that can work on new ideas as well. So
that's awesome.
You have a favorite shot you've ever filmed? Like, do you have the favorite?
Man, there's been so many. I mean, aces and stuff are always a lot of fun. I think there's something about Paul's putt on the first time he shot 18 down at D-Glow that will always like stick with me, because we knew the situation. We knew like how much was riding on that putt, that I remember getting in position, like I'm on the slow-mo angle, like on the other side of the basket, so I'm seeing him in the crowd, and I'm just thinking, like, man, this is like the longest 40-foot ever, like in Paul's career, possibly. Probably not. He's won worlds and stuff with long putts, but just that what was riding on that moment was just, I don't know, like I just got goosebumps, man, whenever he hit it, and just like the moment, just like it just happened. Like you hoped it would. Like if you're watching a movie or something, you hope it turns out that way. And that's one of the times where it just like everything worked out, where Paul just went off and it all came together, and that was so cool. So that's a pretty memorable shot. Like the whole round was obviously insane, but to know that there was so much riding on that last putt, and to just like for us to have had the opportunity to be able to be the ones tasked with capturing that so the world could watch it, and now it's been seen millions of times, and then ESPN made a little 2-minute thing out of it and all that, just to know that there was so much that happened on from that one round was pretty amazing. And like I said, we were just like fortunate to be the ones that were able to be there to capture it.
All right, Chad Buxton wants to know, are there any bad days filming disc golf?
Oh yeah, last year at Masters Cup, what was that, round 2 or 3? I don't know. You can go back and watch. It was the one where Paul and all the other guys were shooting pretty horribly.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that was the
Pouring
worst
down
rainy
rain.
round. That was the worst rainy round we've ever had. We've gotten rained on plenty of times, but it might rain for 30 minutes or something, or maybe an hour if it's like a long day and whatever. And then you're thankful for lightning at that point. Usually I don't want any of that, but if it's that bad, I can't wait for the lightning just to take us off the course. Like this is awful.
Yeah.
But that day it was just rainy California, like it was awful. Like it was probably in the 50s once the rain hit. It was cold. It might have been even in the 40s, and even in the summer, it was just like, it was bad, and it never stopped. I think it was probably at least 3 hours straight. It might have quit raining on like the last 3 holes or something of that, and it's like a 24-hole course or something. It's just like the players weren't having it. We weren't having it. We're always thinking, like, is one of the cameras going to shut down? Like, we're pretty good at being ready for rain, but when you're out there for that long, it's just like you can only keep that stuff going for so long before something gives or the moisture still gets to it or something. So we were fortunate to be able to capture the whole round, but I cannot tell you how badly we wanted off the course that day. Like within like the first hour, we were over it, and I don't even know. I could probably find out at some point like how long that round lasted, but it was probably the longest round we've ever filmed, and it was dark by the time we finished, and it was bad. That was it. Rain is certainly what gives you your bad days, but even if it's like warm and like kind of raining and kind of not, like you're okay with it. But that day was just like probably the worst, because we don't do like winter tournaments, so I don't like the snow or any of that. Being here in Texas, we don't get much snow anyway, so we don't have to worry about like, oh, we got to go film in 3 feet of snow or in a blizzard or whatever. So really for us, like rain is pretty much as bad as it gets as far as like a bad day of filming, even if it's hot or whatever. Like I'm used to it. I mean, we live out here in practically the edge of the desert on what feels like on some days, so I'm used to the heat. It doesn't really bother me. But yeah, the cold or the rain or both especially is what makes for a bad day.
It was so humid in Atlanta today. It felt like I was swimming to the first tee. It was disgusting, dude.
You guys have it pretty bad out there. It's whenever I remember the first time we went to go film in Charlotte at the 21-hole salute in 2015. That was me and Michael had flown there. It was probably like in June or July. I can't remember exactly, but it was we got off the plane, and like you step out of the terminal, out of the airport, and you're just like, you couldn't believe how humid it was. And then we get in the car and we go to R.L. Smith, and I just remember within like 10 minutes, like my back was just so sweaty. Like I was like, I should have worn a dry fit. I was wearing a cotton shirt, and it was the worst. I was sweating so bad, and we weren't playing or anything. They were just showing us around the course because we had never been there, and we just were walking it a little bit, and it was like, yeah. So, and I remember the same about Atlanta, out there at the IDGC and stuff, how bad it can get. So you guys are troopers to be able to handle that kind of humidity all the time, because ours is pretty dry over here, so I don't mind the dry heat.
You just got to stay hydrated, my man. Just got to stay hydrated.
some people feel like the dry is what would kill them, and for me, the humidity is worse.
For sure, I don't like it
It's
either.
terrible.
How much of an impact do you think Nate and Germ have had on your content's reach?
Oh, I couldn't even measure it. It's taken us to places and gained us followings that we wouldn't have probably had, because obviously people like what we're doing. They like the coverage and the graphics and all the playing that happens in front of the cameras. But without somebody like, without entertaining, knowledgeable, funny commentators, like, it certainly can just like not really have the same vibe. So Nate and Germ are incredible. We certainly would. I don't know. I couldn't really imagine not like what we would be doing without them. I know that we've got plenty of other great commentators that we really appreciate, but something about them together obviously has had quite a big impact on the disc golf, on the sport of disc golf. So it's pretty cool. I couldn't measure the impact and the reach, and I think that goes hand in hand. Like, we've helped them in their brands, and they've helped us, as part of our brand. And so, yeah, I just think it's cool to have something that you want to experiment with, and it works so well that like immediately that, like, okay, we got to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Felix again wants to know, because maybe he's nervous. Do you guys ever get nerves anymore when you're filming a big event?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some pretty big rounds that I wouldn't say nervous. It's just excitement. Like, some days I'll admit, like, it might just be another round, and you just hope for a good time, and you hope that the players do really well, but you're not really like too nervous about anything. But there's certainly plenty of events like Worlds or maybe like a pretty heated final round, or even just a big stage, like when we went to the European Open, like that kind of stuff with 3,000 people, lining the fairways, stuff like that. There's certainly moments that stick out in your head that are just unique, and that it's just a little bit different day than some of the other ones. So yeah, something about big crowds like that makes me feel like really excited, and just maybe when the drama is pretty high, you kind of like I said on Paul's like final putt, like I just get that feeling of just like excitement, where I just like, I am sometimes a little nervous if I'm like, man, is he gonna make it, or is this gonna, so it's really more just excitement probably than like nervous. But it's certainly, I do like, that feeling. It really keeps us going as far as like the passion that got us in here. It's nice to still like be able to feel that and not just feel like it's a job.
That's awesome. Kevin Skursky wants to say, get this man some glasses. I just want to tell Kevin, that's the plan. Is we don't tell anyone about the sunglasses, and we wait to see if they've watched an episode and to see if they show up in sunglasses. It's like the Van Halen. Hey, it's the Van Halen like brown M&Ms thing. You're just checking to make sure someone said it.
Yeah, I've certainly seen you guys, but I didn't know for sure if it was just like a host thing or what. But
I love you were prepared for it. That was awesome.
I had it ready just in case.
I think that kind of brings us. You told us you do an hour. We're right about at the hour mark. We like to ask all of our guests if they have any questions or advice for us as guys who are struggling to get to 500 Facebook likes at the moment.
And then after that, the floor is yours to say whatever you would like about.
Plug it all, man.
Plug it all. Plug it in.
Okay, so what was the first thing you said? Something about trying to get to.
Well, I'm saying we're new. Like, tell us what we're screwing up. Tell us what we're fucking up, man. Like, tell us how to fix this.
No, give us advice.
No, honestly, I think you guys are doing a great job. This whole stream and thing. Like, we just started doing live stream, and it took us a while to get it kind of figured out. And you guys seem to have. I don't know how long you've been doing this specifically, but you guys have it down, honestly, with what you got the graphics, and you got the you're switching camera angles, and everything looks great. I think you guys are doing it right. I think just keep putting it out there. Like, I think that's the key, is what I tell people when they ask, like, how do I get into disc golf media and all that. Just show up. There's so many people that would appreciate to be on film or to be interviewed on a podcast or like I am right now, like with you guys. I appreciate, you reaching out and wanting to just hang out and talk a little bit. So I think you're doing everything right. I can't say like this is what's going to give, X amount of followers or whatever. I didn't really have it figured out either. We just kind of kept putting stuff out and got that following. And then sometimes it takes a little bit of a professional touch, like we've got with like guys like Juan and Christina that are just really good at designing, stuff, and they make it look a lot prettier than I could have done, and it kind of elevates you even a little further. So there's just all kinds of little stepping stones and little things that you can try here and there. But I think with what you guys got so far, I honestly think that you guys got a really good thing going. The whole vibe that you guys have, and just even the production value of this broadcast was really cool. It's really clean, and the graphics and everything. And yeah, I think it's just keep reaching out, keep doing your thing, and be consistent. I know you guys are, and like people know where to find you every time. And yeah.
Dude, we appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man, that's awesome.
We're just going to put your face up and let you talk and say anything you want to say. Tell us about what you're doing. Tell us what to look for, all that good stuff.
All right. So let me take these back off. I feel like I can't see my I can only see like the reflection of my light in the sunglasses. Again, I just want to say we appreciate all the love that we get. It's certainly helped us through this crazy, unprecedented time that we're all going through. But the good thing about it is that we're all going through it together, and we're all helping each other out in ways that we didn't really know to be prepared for, and that's what's so cool about all this, and specifically the disc golf community. So we appreciate everyone that's been here alongside us, whether or not we have coverage or whether it's trying something new, and just being patient until we can get back out there. So I'm excited to kind of hit this next stride and hit this next phase of getting back out and doing some more coverage. And so now we know like how good it can be when we're out there full time on the road. We know how good it can be even when we're stuck at home and we're kind of having to brainstorm and get out of our comfort zone a little bit and try new things, and that this like support that we have is there regardless, because that's our main priority is to hear the fans and to hear the feedback that they give us, and make sure, like I said, that we're doing right by them, because they've been here for us all the whole time. So again, we appreciate it. We appreciate the support on Patreon. We appreciate the support with buying the merchandise and even just watching the videos and commenting and liking them and doing all the things that kind of help them get in front of more people. But to ultimately just get out there and play and show the sport to people that you feel like would enjoy it, to your friends, to your family. That's what it's all about, is just growing the sport. Everyone's doing their part to make disc golf bigger and to keep growing it, because we all love it so much. We can't help but share it with other people, and we know that they're going to enjoy it too, and just going to keep growing. So that's what we love about the community.
Man, thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
You know how much it means to us.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Dude.
Thanks for having me on. You guys are a lot of fun. This has been cool.
Awesome, man. Thanks. Take it easy. Stay safe.
All right. You too.
See ya.
Look forward to seeing you, buddy.
Hey. Oh man, everyone's like,
all of us are in culture shock. So if everybody can just give us 30 seconds.
Yeah. That was big, man. And he was like, I don't know how long you've been doing. It's like, this is episode 4.
Austin missed the last episode. We're struggling.
Yeah, we're struggling. Hey, we got a couple of comments I want to hit real quick before we get into the other fun stuff here.
Oh no! Here, hold on, guys. Hold on. Can you put me up on the main screen?
Put you on the main screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
In case you guys didn't know how to support Jomez, you can go to jomezpro.com, buy his merch. There's probably a link to the Patreon to get the videos sooner than other people. You can go to if you don't want to buy merch or subscribe to the Patreon, go to his Facebook page, Jomez Productions, like, subscribe, put the notifications on, and leave a comment on a video for him. So that's my little ending to it.
Yeah, that guy's great. Hey, we got Right here, Paul Bell saying Jomez Pro is the GOAT in disc golf TV. He's not wrong. He also wants to remind everyone that if you ain't in town, you ain't shit.
You downtown.
All guests should have Mando shades from the intro. From the intro. For episode. No, see, that's the whole thing. If you guys don't know this, if Paul doesn't know the story, the guys who worked for Van Halen would tell their crew that they always had to have only brown M&Ms in the dressing room. And that was how they knew that their crew was reading what they told them to do, was to make sure that happened. So the shades thing is our like, did you research us? Like, did you show up with shades or not? Like, did you just say yes for no reason? You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's awesome. And Paul Bell, if you want to, before this episode's over, you can plug your brand new your brand new PDGA member of your family again. I didn't get to it last week, and I felt weird. He'll figure it out and do what he's got to do. So, but I do think it is time for one of the segments, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And it's this is when it gets fun, boys. This is Cody's Fun Fact of the Week, sponsored by
Eat Sleep Disc.
Eat Sleep Disc. They are getting their hats worth for sure.
So yeah, they sent us all shirts
hats,
and hats and minis. We're giving away the disc. We'll get to that. What do you guys want? You guys want the Jomez fun facts or the other one?
Let me check comments. If you're on the comments right now, do you want to hear the Jomez Pro fun fact, or do you want to hear the PDGA fun fact?
Yeah, PDGA fun fact.
PDGA fun fact. We're doing it.
All right, PDGA fun fact. Okay, the oldest disc golf player in the PDGA currently, right now, is Don Shin. DonShinn. PDGA number 96483. He has won 6 of his last only 6 tournaments, 6 for 6 in the plus 80 division. And that is my fun fact of the week. He is in the Pacific.
You don't know how old he is?
Oh, he's 99. My bad.
Yeah, this dude's 99 years old and he's 6 for 6. 6 for 6.
I left that part out.
Oh, yeah, he's
99 years old.
Paul Bell, real quick, wanted to throw up. He got a PDGA number for his daughter before she got her social security number.
Hey, that's a proper thing to do.
That is awesome. Yeah, he's 99. Johnny just asked, how old was the guy? He was 99 years old. So that's
99 years old.
Cody's fun fact of the week.
Thank you again, Eat Sleep Disc. Thank you so much.
Yeah, check them out. They're Southern boys. They're like an hour and a half away from here. So
out of Beham.
Beham,
right?
Yeah. They're going Beham and Beham.
Austin, you got a little tip for us?
Just the tip of the week?
Yeah, I do. You know, I'm gonna be that douchebag pro, but if you have people on the tee pad consistently for about 2 or 3 holes in front of you, behind you, you need to let them play through. And that's just my tip. You know, you need to let people playing through that are playing faster.
Yeah, we got a lot of new.
Some people aren't out there all day to spend all day, so
we got a lot of new players out there that need to know that. That's good tip of the week.
Good for
all right, boys.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, and it may hold on. It may not just like acquire. It may not just go with the pro golfer. You know, if you're that guy, you're trying to get around in after work, and you got a gang of 4 out there having a little powwow. You probably need to be a little respectful and let that guy that solo play through. But yeah, that's my whole tip on it.
Nice.
Let people play through.
All right, and we're gonna go now to the 2-minute warning. And it's me this time. I should have had it queued up. I was supposed to have the sound effects queued up.
You should have it queued.
But here's the 2-minute warning this week. It's about the beauty of beer cans. And I'm gonna give you some history real quick. The reason that your parents and your grandparents don't like canned beer is because guys like Budweiser, Coors, and Miller had the money to buy bottling plants. They could put their beer in bottles, and then they could tell people that cans weren't good for beer. It's a lie, and there's a lot of reasons why. A lot of reasons about why they were doing it just to push people out. But here's the best part about a can. This can at this size, 12 ounces, crushes down to about that big. And if you put that into a garbage can, as opposed to, I don't know, say this into a garbage can,
What would that look like?
you're not going to end up with Oregon Park's embarrassing mess that we saw earlier today. Look at these uncrushed cans, guys. It's not this hard. We know how to do this. This is something we've done all. Just crush and don't let people tell you bottles are better. They're not. You're not taking a bottle to the pool. You don't care when you go to the pool, so don't care about the bottles when you go to the disc golf course. And crush your cans. Crush your cans, put them in the garbage can, and it's not going to take up all that space. And the parks department's not going to freak out and put up a big sign and make everyone get mad about it. So that's me sounding off on the 2-minute warning because I'm really sick of garbage all over the disc golf course.
All right, you guys want to? You want the final? Should we do the final question? I got the final question.
You got the final question?
I mean,
What's
I
final?
know we could.
What's the final question?
The dream. What do you think disc golf will be like in 10 to 12 years?
Austin,
Were we supposed to ask Jonathan this?
I think Cody's asking you.
Or is this a question for us?
I'm asking you guys this. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I think like most of us. I mean, I've been playing for 8 years now, and I've seen the sport grow. I mean, my PDGA number is doubled now.
Yep.
If that says anything.
And I've only been playing for 5.
Yeah, so I've watched the PDGA and the disc golf scene grow like exponentially. I can only hope that we're gonna be mainstream. I've been saying it for the last 2 or 3 years. Is that disc golf is one title sponsor away from being $1 million sport.
Sierra Nevada Brewing.
I think it
Sweetwater.
happens in the next, maybe Sweetwater. Yeah, I see it happen in the next 10 years. I think disc golf gets a title sponsor and it'll become mainstream.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Sweetwater. If you don't do it, Sierra Nevada is going to. So just get on it. Like you're on the Delta flights. These guys know who you are. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Dude, all those breweries in Asheville are already about it.
Oh, Burial, man. I want.
So about it.
Oh. Also, that's a good segue. Like we want another sponsor. So if any of you breweries are listening, we will definitely take free beer for all.
Sweetwater. Sweetwater.
Anyway,
Yeah, I drink.
Creature
I'm not even
comfort.
gonna say it. They're not getting my comforts yet.
hey, Kevin Skursky wants to say, "Hey, Austin, good luck in Tennessee." That's where you are right now, right?
I am in Tennessee. Thanks, man. I'll be there.
Yeah, we're rooting for you, dude.
Start tomorrow. 12 o'clock tea time. Hole by hole scoring. We go live at 12 o'clock.
Oh, here you go. Paul Bell's correct. Terrapin is the title sponsor of the Perkins Park Open. So again, Sweetwater, if you're listening, come on, step up. Let's do it. Let's do something, please. Let's please do
Everything's
something.
all
All
right.
right. You boys got what else we got? We got anything else?
Nothing in the chat at the
Got
moment.
anything else? Oh, dude, what do we got next week?
Oh, wait.
Next week.
Let me give me a minute.
Next week?
Yeah, you talk it up, tease it. Tease.
All right. So, Austin, what I would consider him top 3 in the world because of the events he's won, especially the past 2 seasons.
He's in the top 5 in the world.
Okay.
And were you hanging out with him today? Did you see him
You
today?
might need to fact check that. But yeah, I saw the Tennessee King himself.
The what? The Tennessee King? Who are you talking about?
That's what they call him up around these parts. The old robot chicken.
The old robot chicken. We got the robot chicken next week?
You ain't never heard the robot chicken?
We got him next week if you hadn't heard of him. Is that the old robot chicken whale sack?
Chris Dickerson.
Well, Sack,
next
yeah, I
week.
picked up one. Yes, everybody. We got Chris Dickerson, good buddy of mine, Prodigy sponsored, top 5 in the world. Disc golf, you're back-to-back disc golf pro tour champion. He will be on to suit.
Hell yeah! That's a big one. That's gonna be fun. I've got a lot of questions about food for him because he's a Southern boy, and I want to know like there are a couple things we got to find out about.
He only eats chicken.
There's a reason why they call him the robot. chicken.
Oh yeah, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if it's spicy chicken. I want to know if it's not spicy. I want to know.
Nope. No.
I have a fun fact of the week about that, and Jeremy Swami Swain. Shout out to him, Jerry Swami Swain.
Hit us. Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's gonna be next week.
Next week. Oh, very good. Very good.
Hey,
Hey,
photo footage of it.
oh, we got a couple. Hold on, we got a couple of. Well, first of all, we got a couple of comments. We got C Dick, and I think maybe that made him not come on the.
Hey.
Yeah, C Dick. Chad Buckman says.
No, everybody calls him C Dick.
C Dick.
You did?
I mean, yeah, C Dick played good disc golf. Yeah,
He played good.
he played good disc golf.
Yeah, homeboy Yo, hold on. Homeboy walked off the course today, and he walks up to me, and it's like, I just missed that putt for eagle from 45 feet for the course record. I was like, oh, yeah? What'd you shoot? Like 46, 47? He was like, 44. I was like,
17
I fucking
down.
hate to hear it, Chris. Yeah, he shot 18 down, and he said he missed the putt for the course record on the last hole from 45 for eagle.
That's dirty.
I fucking hate to hear it. I hate to hear it, dude.
Well, it's tough for you, dude. It's tough for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
hate to hear that you're that bad at disc golf.
Yeah, you missed that 45-foot putt, man. We got a couple more questions or a couple more comments real quick.
Yeah, we love questions.
Paul Bell wants to know, when are the putting leagues going to come back? And
during the winter time.
well, no, there's Atlanta had a full year one that Johnny Avery and In Town were doing, but obviously right now with the pandemic at all, that hasn't really been a priority. The pandemic, especially because I think that restaurant still, you can't have more than 10 people, yada yada yada. I don't know if there's a date on that.
Wintertime. That's the answer.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think you were inadvertently correct with your.
Always.
Yeah. Jason Cummings wants to throw a plug in there, which is fine. He's got the Savari Dubs at North Landing this Sunday at 10 a.m. Amlanta himself, I think, Mr. Skinny's working on that one, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, got him. Paul Bell wants to plug it. It's the shorts at Perkerson this week. No, it isn't. Is it? Yeah, it's the shorts at Perkerson this week.
Ew.
I know. I played the shorts today. It wasn't bad. I played with Johnny. We had a good time. Shout out to hole number 14, the Silver Fox hole. That's the good stuff. Oh no, Johnny just blew you out of the water there, Paul. Sunday services from the long. So if you guys want to get hurt, let's go get hurt. So, and Cummings says, yeah, it's Skinner's deal, yo. That's why we said Amlanta. Yeah, cool.
If Austin plays well tomorrow, we may do an interview tomorrow evening. But
we'll keep an eye on that because I think that'd be fun to just get a fun.
Scoring, check that out.
Yeah.
And let me throw up a quick plug too for the Eastbound and Down stuff that starts on Saturday. It's Travis Hurt. He put together.
Oh, cut out. Can't plug it.
All right, since he's gone. Stay tuned to the Frolfcenter Facebook page. I will be posting live coverage of people I'm playing with, people I'm watching, just good people around. I know Alden Harris is in the card behind me, so probably try to get in some film of that.
Them Georgia boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back now. Real quick, Travis Hurt's tournament at JP Mosley. It's sold out, but it's going to be super fun. I'm excited about that because I haven't played a tournament since the world went to shit. So
live on Frother to film some holes.
I might. I just got to be careful. Henry County's going to be out there watching all of the COVID stuff still. So I don't want to tag. I got to be real careful how I do it because in case I high five somebody, I don't want anyone getting in trouble for that. But you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll do a lunch beers segment. I'll go live at lunch.
Just do hole 5. Just do hole 5 drives. That'd be cool.
Hole 5 drives. The hole 8 drives would be good too.
Whatever's clever.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. If not, I'll do lunch beers. I'll grab a couple of guests. I'll sit down at my car. We'll drink some beers and talk about or we'll drink some. Excuse me, not beers. It's sanctioned. We'll drink something and talk.
You can drink beers at lunch.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll just
drink beers at lunch.
Yeah, you know what? Don't tell the PDGA. And also, we're sponsoring that tournament. We dropped almost $200 to sponsor that tournament. We got a kiosk sign that's going on in metal at JP Mosley forever. We're gonna have a permanent Frolfer Magazine kiosk sign. We're also sponsoring Hole 18, and we have a really fun little sign. So make sure if you're at the tournament, take a special look at the Hole 18 sign for us. So.
And the Mitchell Summers and Dustin Penwright sign.
Yeah, absolutely. That was when I was at Perkerson this morning. I was on hole 14, and I just have to say, every time I'm there, I'm thinking about Dustin, and I've had 3 shots on hole 14 in the last 3 rounds there that have all been either fantastic or fantastically strange. And I'm a superstitious guy, so I'm just going to shout out to Silver Fox real quick and say thanks. So,
all right, Austin, what you got?
I think we're done, but I do want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in and watched. Thanks for all the support.
wait a minute.
Oh wait, you're right, dude. I got something to give y'all. Hold on. Who wants one? Who wants a sheriff?
Yeah, we got some pretty sweet.
Hey, we can share if you want to.
Look at him, he's got dad jokes. He's only like, oh, that's good.
So to enter this, what are we doing?
We're going to say you have to like this post, like this video, and you have to tag one friend who probably didn't watch it.
Yeah. Tag a friend that didn't watch it that wants the sheriff.
Yeah, somebody who throws dynamic disc sheriffs.
So next week on next week's broadcast, the first 5 minutes, we will announce the 3 winners.
And this one, check this one out,
Ship
dude.
them out to you.
Listen to this
Or
one.
meet up with you.
Heartbeat.
Oh, that one's gonna be
Heartbeat.
dirty. It's like Vulcan top
Mine's
almost.
red.
This
matters.
one's kind of like a little
You might be a little flat.
flat top.
It's looking.
I mean, they
Tag a
kind of feel
friend,
good. I don't know what they
tag
fly
a
like,
friend and win a sheriff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
awesome, guys.
I will be fact checking too when I do this.
Yeah, Austin offered. He's like, I get off of work in the afternoon. I will hold people accountable.
Yeah.
He'll be the sheriff.
Absolutely. Yes, I will be. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for
signing
watching.
off first?
Peace.
Austin. Adam?
I'm out, dude.
Austin's gone. He said, fuck it, I'm gone. Fuck it,
All
I'm
right. Again, guys, Eat Sleep Disc, thank you for sponsoring Cody's Fun Fact of the Week. Check them out, eatsleepdisc.com. Jomez, couldn't have more thank you to you guys and what you do in general. Check out Jomez.
I'm just so pumped. I'm just so 100% pumped that he brought sunglasses. Like that.
Yeah.
That hit me right in the heart where we're like, yeah, dude, we do the sunglasses and he just like boop on. So
Yeah. And as always, guys, thanks for watching Quantum Leap.
Soup. Oh wait, I didn't hit end broadcast.